All right, all praise to the Most High Yahweh, and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. All right, in this video, I'm going to get into some thoughts about this Munich forum. So, in general, my thoughts on this forum is everybody giving each other the heads up about World War III. The other issue is the irony of these speeches and the alliances. So Germany is trying to deflect itself from being closely related to the far right historically, but the irony is they literally jumped into bed with a far right government in Ukraine. So Ukraine, Zelensky and his corrupt government is dealing with a lot of elements of the far right. So for Germany to say we don't associate ourselves with that type of grouping and parties and political movements, but you jumped into bed with Zelensky. So what's the difference? You basically are catering to those right goals. And the same thing with the U.S. The whole irony with the Biden administration and everybody that knew geopolitics could see this happening with Europe going far right. And it happens because you have immigration policies that are collapsing the economy and social state of Europe, the nanny state of Europe. So Europeans are fine with getting government handouts. They are not fine with giving government handout to other people that illegally enters into the country or the continent. So you have this big grassroots movement in multiple countries dealing with far right nationalism, mostly dealing with the obvious groupings of people, white Caucasian people, basically. And so you have these two guys trying to act like um, they are on different teams, when in reality they are on the same team. And this conference is just dealing with them putting on a show in public, but in private, uh, everybody been given dates and deadlines to prepare for World War III and or something, sooner, if not, in the distant future. So that's my understanding of what was going on. And they was trying to trick Zelensky into signing mineral rights deals and stuff, and he's like he knows this dirty trick. That's something that is up his alley, so he didn't fall for it. But um, all this is nothing new. Like this is old news. Like the irony is, China was gonna get Ukraine mineral rights no matter what, either through Russia or through Ukraine itself. And Russia is basically given all that. They already for people that are not in the know, um, there's a military mapping community on YouTube and on Telegram, and they heavily, you know, uh, go through um, military movement, geopolitics, and everything that deals with Ukraine. And a while back, uh, Russia already made so many deals with North Korea and with China on different things. So while everybody been worrying about different things of military packages going to Ukraine, Russia already, you know, completed so many infrastructure projects with um, North Korea and China within Ukraine and the territory that they already gained. So uh, for people that listen to Western media or even some of the Indian Eastern style media, um, you would be unaware of this. You know, you would be thinking, there's still time for Ukraine to turn everything around. NATO could do certain things to help Ukraine take back the territory, but in reality, uh, that combat line, so be it, is moving meter by meter, but the territorial gains for Ukraine to take back with a certain amount of troops that they have in theater is going to take decades. They don't have the resources, they don't have the time, they don't have the money, they they don't have the assets. Uh, and when I say resources, we are not talking about the minerals that they have. Um, as you can see, um, Zelensky is uh, not budging on selling the rights. So how are you gonna do anything, period, if you don't wanna come close to making a deal to secure, some type of economy? Like the Ukraine economy is, as the people in media like to say, or the economy is in shambles, and it's a shell of what it used to be. So the only thing that's um, making Ukraine um, economy still go is retail and some mom and pops restaurants and the drone industry. So they have a drone industry. Other than that, they are not looking good GDP wise. The GDP would just be coming from military packages from the U.S. and other countries giving them money, and this is what it always been about, uh, giving the money to corrupt officials to buy time. This is what they call a expensive data mining algorithm into um, possibilities of what it would take to hold off Russia, China, and other Asian countries in World War III via proxy. So you have that uh, real-time battlefield study going on as we speak. and leave it to the U.S. and NATO to say, hey, why not look into all this via Ukraine? Let's fund this war. Let's see what we get. Let's manipulate them, and hopefully they don't turn on us with the training and the weapons. You know, the what goes wrong comes around thing, and this is something that the U.S. live and die by, with military support, supporting informants, training groups of people. It tends to turn back to haunt the U.S. Historically. So you have um, all this going on to cover the main agenda. The main agenda is the collapse of this new world order setting, and the order was to cover and cover for all these people until they are ready for World War III. And the issue was, Ukraine was the first fake Jewish state, and then the next state became Germany, until all those people was forced to get kicked out and scattered throughout Europe. So these are people that from Ukraine region, um, from the Khazarian Empire region. They fake being children of Israel. They converted into Judaism, and then they took on the identity of being the tribe of Judah when they never was a Shemitic group of people or race, period. So um, the curses of Israel is being attached and multiplied to these groups of people because, this is that thing, it you shouldn't mess with other people, identity, race, culture, God, period. Especially when they God, when our God, when our Father, when our Most High Power tells of a law and of a promise, He keeps it. So this is the problem with this world. They don't think um, those promises are real, and now they are looking at a total collapse of multiple alliances, trade, government, financial systems. This is something that I pray about all the time. The destruction of America, the enslavement of the various houses of Edomites and heathen nations, and the destruction of the global economics, education, and political systems. And we are watching all this happen. And all praise to the Most High Yahweh for listening to prayers and blessing us to see this moment, because they don't know the right side from the left side anymore. the ultra right side is similar to the ultra left side. There's nothing in the middle anymore. So you have this collapse, a balance collapse with Ukraine and Israel, because these are similar territories, similar people, and the contagion and the collapse is spreading into Germany, and Germany is trying to avoid all of this. And the only way Germany is gonna try to avoid this is by doing what they always normally do, is go to war. They have to go to war. You know, the U.S. forced them into this, and they should have already expected this. So um, this conference is just dealing with everybody talking about World War III behind the scenes, and in public they are just trying to attack each other parties when both parties are as nationalistic and corrupt as anything that we ever seen in history. So they can't escape the fate of being destroyed on multiple levels. So with that being said, I want to say once again, as always, all praise to the Most High Yahweh, and to His Son, my brother, Amashiach, Yahweh Shai, peace and blessings once again to my brothers and sisters from the Israelite tribes. Thank y'all for the views. Thank y'all for the comments. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section according to the community guidelines, and I shall reply to it with a comment or a video. With that being said, peace and thank y'all.